As you grow up, you're going to be telling people about being a first or a last bencher, or maybe even now that you're talking about being either of them. When you hear these terms, what is the first thought that comes to your mind? Do you also think of the first bencher to be a studious student? And when you hear the last bencher, you think of a naughty student in class? If yes, we don't blame you. For years now, there have been many myths about where you should sit to do well in life. But you'll be shocked to know what the truth actually is. Let's start with some of the reasons students sit on the first bench or the last bench. Number 1, being studious. Are you one of those students who run to grab the first bench? One of the reasons you may be the first bencher is because you see yourself as a hard worker. There is no harm in being serious with your studies. It's a good thing to be a hard worker. It suggests you desire to thrive academically and want to sit right up front. So don't miss any important points in the class. Number 2, being teacher's favorite. Sometimes you may want to sit in front just because you feel like the teacher's favorite and want them to think you are serious about your studies. But if you ever given the choice, you would rather sit on the back bench with your friends and just have a nice chat, right? Number 3, no empty seat. It's the most boring lesson of the day and you want to sit on the last bench so you can be entertained. When you walk into the classroom, you notice that your buddies have already taken up all the seats in the back, leaving you with the seat directly in front of the teacher's nose. You have no choice but to take a seat in front. Ever happened with you? Number 4, being short or tall. Many a times you don't have an option between sitting on the first or last bench. Your inherited genes make the decision for you. If you are too short, the teacher may place you in front of the class so that you can see the board, or if you are too tall, you have to move back automatically. Number 5, more time to write. When it comes to the paper submission during examinations, a last bencher is the best you may feel. Have you ever heard your teacher say, "Stop writing" after the time limit for writing the test paper? The front benchers must turn their papers practically immediately, while the last benchers get a few additional seconds to finish the final phrase. This is due to the teacher taking a few more seconds to get the final bench from the front of the class. Every second matters in an exam. Number 6, the bright future. Ever heard a teacher say if you sit in front, you will learn better and do well in life? Yes, this comes in often. But is it true? Stay with us till the end to find out. Now the big question remains, if you were to sit affects your chances of doing well in life? Before we move on to that question, we have some advantages of where you must sit. Sitting on the first bench means you automatically must pay attention to a lecture. Being the first bencher may also see you being less distractive and less mischievous, while you also get a better view of what's on the board in front. The backbench helps you to discuss better with friends, maybe even do things out of the sight of the teacher, and yes, hand in your papers a second later than the front benchers. While these advantages may be true, you may still wonder if where you sit still matters in the end. Do front benchers actually do extremely well in life? Do backbenchers remain unsuccessful? Time to bust the myth. The truth is that being a first or a last bencher doesn't decide a student's capabilities and effort he or she puts into his or her studies. Rather, it depends on one's hard work and dedication he or she puts into their studies. In fact, the best thing to do at school is to try sitting in front and sometimes the back and just enjoy your student life. Remember, being focused on your studies and doing well in your career is individual work, which has little to do with where you sit in your class. So friends, we hope you do not stress about where you must sit in a class anymore. What you must worry about is being motivated and focused and being the best version of yourself as a student. It's best to care less about what people might say about being a first or a last bencher, because sometimes where we get to sit is not even a choice. We also have something to help you whether you sit in the front or back. Check out our video on how to stay motivated in studies. With that, we come to the end of this video. We hope you've been enlightened and share the true facts with your friends too. So what are you waiting for? Like and share this video, and if you love watching our content, make sure you've subscribed. Thank you.